But in the intestine, that's where your absorption takes place. That's where food there in the body starts to determine what it recognizes as necessary or as food, and then it absorbs it through the wall of the colon. The wall of the colon usually has what they call villi. It's little hair-like projections in that on the edge, but that's your mucosal wall. And so what happens is that a lot of times food, because of the foods that we eat, a lot of it isn't, there's only parts of it absorbed. Some of it's left to move very sluggishly, whereby it starts to impact itself on the wall of the colon. It gets in around the villi and impacts itself on there. Matter of fact, colons, in the case of John Wayne, I believe, I've heard stories that at the time of his departure, his colon was 40 pounds, and that was nothing more than fecal matter that had built up in there, you know, putrid, rancid, you know, excrement that had built up in his system over a long period of time. And most of us have that unless we're constantly doing something to cleanse our system. And of course, one of the greatest things that I've found for people with cancer, for example, people with terminal cancer, is where they'll go in and they'll turn around and do massive cleanses in that, like could be coffee enemas or something along that line. And by cleansing it and getting rid of all those poisons out of the colon, a lot of times the body's is a tremendous piece of equipment, and in most cases, given the opportunity, it will fix itself. It'll fix itself. You know, cells can rebuild, and of course they do that all the time. They're constantly multiplying and exchange, you know, and rebuilding in that. I mean, you cut yourself, and it's just a miracle. All of a sudden, after a while, it scabs over and it heals up. Well, the whole body's built that way, and that's due to our immune system. And about 50 or 60% of our immune system is in the intestinal tract. So this is a very critical part. This is where all our food goes in. This is where most disease starts, in the gut. So that's why it's so critical that we try and keep that clean.